Hello, welcome back. Welcome to my kitchen. Come in, sit down, and let me cook for you. I'm Tom, the Sunday Dinner Chef. Let's get started. Well, hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be making some Wiener Schnitzel. Now, this goes back to, from what I just did some research on it, goes back to the 1st century BC. It's a little bit before my time. But later on, it actually did couple different dishes throughout the world. I know for a fact that in Italy, they basically do the same thing, the way it's prepared, and that is called veal Milanese. You can make chicken with it, pork with it, whatever. But today, I'm going to be using pork. I'm going to do my version of Wiener Schnitzel only with pork. Have a little twist to it. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be taking this is semi-frozen, and I'm going to cut this, rather than cutting into rounds and pounding it out that way, I'm going to take it and open it up and make it into cutlets. Make it nice and thin enough so that I can pound it out. Everything's going to be nice and even. Now also I found out that back when the Germans migrated to Texas, okay, they brought their recipe, but didn't use too much veal. It was more cattle, beef that they used. And that was back in 1850. I believe that's the start of chicken fried steak. Amazing. Also, the one I did a couple weeks ago with chicken cordon bleu also comes from schnitzel. It's amazing. And basically, from what I realized, is that schnitzel is a way of pounding out the meat to make it more tender. Okay, like tenderizing the meat. But pretty interesting. All right. Anyway, here I got a twist going on with this here, and I'm going to show you a little bit further down what my twist on this is. Okay, but I'm going to basically be doing it exactly how the recipe calls for it to be done. Only not using veal. Matter of fact, veal is getting real hard to find lately, and there's little issues with it. So I stick to my own game. Chicken or pork is what I'm using. Okay, now this pork tenderloin, I don't have to schnitzel it, make it tender, because it is tender. It's a very tender piece of meat. But what I do want to do with it is I want to make it even, so that when we cook it, it all cooks fairly even to begin with. But being that it is into a cutlet now, it should cook up no problem. Now, you see some hills and valleys there. You see it's still kind of frozen. What I'm going to do is this is going to go into the fridge. I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours. And then the next day I will show you how I pound it out. Okay? Make it all one size. And then I'm going to cut it to fit my containers so that I can egg wash it, flour it, and crumb it. Okay, it's 24 hours. Now take your cutting board, damp cloth, and wet it. Okay? Not too much, but you just want enough for the cling wrap to stick to the bottom of the cutting board. And pull that out. Let that onto the board, and that'll stick. It won't go all over the place on you, and it should work. I was going to say veal. Put your pork down, okay, and then put another piece on top of it, and commence the beating. Or should we say schnitzel it? I don't know about you, but this music, I feel like having a nice cold beer. Okay, put the other plastic over top, and you should be good to go. I'm going to use a back of a metal spoon, and I'm going to pound this out to make it even. I like to start from in the middle, work your way out. Okay, all the high spots, work on that a little bit more. Try to get it even as you can. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a beer. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm cutting them to fit into my vessels that I'm going to have the flour and the breadcrumbs. So a lot of people make that mistake when they put it into either a smaller plate or not big enough to accommodate for the size of whatever meat that you're using. So this one here is a little bit, that one's done there. This one here seems to have a few more high spots in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move it around a little bit more and beat it down a little bit more just to make, there again, I'm not trying to tenderize it, I'm trying to make it fit, I'm trying to make it all even. Okay, that should work right there. All right, stop the music. Now, here's where I'm going to put the twist on it. All right, and I urge you to give this a try because the flavor is unbelievable. Okay, what I'm going to use today for breading, right there, chicharrones. I'm going to break them up. Actually, I'm going to pound them out a little bit. They are going to go into the processor to make them kind of fine. And I am telling you, you try this, you'll never go back to breadcrumbs again. This stays crunchy. You can put it in any kind of sauce you want, it still has the crunch, okay? But if you use bread, okay, breadcrumbs, it just gets soggy. And I over the years, I hate it using it. So, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the dredge now, okay? I have 2 eggs. That was 1 bag of chicharrones that I broke up. I'm gonna put a little bit of flour in there. Now I'm gonna put the flour on first, into the egg wash, then into the crumbs. I'm going to be cooking this today with avocado oil. It has the highest smoke point, all right? It holds up very well, and it's tasteless. So you're going to taste the chicharron, you're going to taste the pork, and whatever sauce you put on it, it's not going to have that oily taste. Now I'm going to put a little dry parsley in the egg, into the flour, and also into the pork rinds. I put a little bit of water in there for 2 eggs. I mix this up, and we're going to start frying this because, you know what? It's getting to be dinner time. Very simple. Okay, there it is, the avocado oil. I'm going to get the pan heating up with that. Now, this is going to be a shallow fry. I'm not deep frying it. You can do it that way. I tend to like it this way better. Into the flour, into the egg wash. Let the egg drip off a little bit, okay? Now, flour helps everything cling, okay? So now, right into the panko, I call it panko, into the chicharrones, pork rinds, crushed up. Just look at it. I mean, sticks on there really nice, and I'm telling you, what a great flavor. It's off the charts good. All right, into the pan. And we're going to just cook these up. And what I'm making today is I'm going to be making a lemon butter sauce. Okay, I'm going to use a little cherry wine. That's it. I'm also going to use vin Marnier. That's the butter in the flour. I don't have to make a roux. It'll thicken it up as much as I want it to be. And we're getting ready to have this sit down and have some pork schnitzel. Forgotten food from, wow, this goes way back. I mean, I remember it was a big to-do back in the 60s and 70s, and you don't see it too much. Every once in a while in an Italian restaurant, you'll see veal Milanese or chicken Milanese, but not the Wiener Schnitzel like it used to be. Okay, we cleaned the saucepan, and what I did there is a little olive oil and butter. Just get this sauce going. Also, I'm putting in a little bit of essence, a little parsley. I like things that have a little bit of a color. Right there, I'm going to put some sherry wine in. That's going to give it a great flavor. Between the olive oil, the sherry, and the butter, and then I'm going to put the lemon in. Whew. You got to try it. This is very good. Very easy to make also. Now, I take pads of butter, and I put that into the flour. Rather than making a roux, okay, I'll use this. Makes it nice and easy. It cooks the flour down. You don't get that floury taste. And for making a quick sauce, you don't have to spend time making a roux and having it dry out on you. This works out great. Okay, let's plate this bad boy. Oh, by the way, are you tired of the music yet? I think it's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to put the sauce down on a plate first, okay? I don't like the sauce on the meat itself. I like to set the meat on top of the sauce and then drizzle a little bit around it, okay, from that way. This way it stays much crispier. I never understood that back in the restaurant days. You'd spend all that time making a crisp, putting a crisp on a veal or chicken or pork like this, and it's smothered in sauce, okay? And then you have, it tastes gummy to me. That's just me. Well, there it is. I'm just going to spoon some of this around here. The lemony flavor with the sherry, off the charts good. Listen, everybody, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. There's another Forgotten Foods. We're going to keep this going until I run out. I hope it's not boring you. I hope you're getting something out of it. And I do appreciate it. And don't forget, give this a try. Put a little twist on it. It's not going to hurt. Well, until next time, I'm Tom, Sunday Dinner Chef. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for the subscribers. I hope new people subscribe. And you know what? We'll see you next week. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Stay cool.